You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, we got sort of a random bombshell in here. And I will give Kyle Shanahan credit for one thing. You can tell he realized this was getting out of his hands. It was becoming a bigger story than he anticipated. Or he's trying to get people to quit asking questions. And unfortunately for Kyle Shanahan, okay, that's great. You have come clean, I guess, as far as we know. But it still doesn't explain why we didn't get the full story to begin with and why it took 11 days to get the story. That's still a problem that's going to need to be answered. Why was there such a media delay? And even at that, a lot of people are like, yeah, I'm still not buying this. All right. So, and for the record, I'm not going to praise him for this. I'll give him credit for coming clean, but I'm not gonna give him over the top. I'm a Niners fan. I've said that. I'm not giving him over the top praise for this. In fact, he was in the wrong here. He could have killed somebody. Kyle Shanahan, this is Grant Cohen, who covers the Niners. Kyle Shanahan just called the beat writers into his office to tell us that he was at fault for his car crash, not the other driver. So Kyle Shanahan has confessed it was his fault. He swerved into her lane. And then Grant Cohen goes on to, basically suck off Shanahan here. I have so much respect for Shanahan setting the record straight. He's a stand-up guy. Okay. I'll give him credit for coming clean, but it still should have been in the original story. And I got to be honest with you. This kind of gets worse. Tony Farmer. Good job. He got loud. He got real loud. He's taking a little victory lap right here. All these other media members, and all you needed to know was that a lot of media members came after Tony Farmer over this story. And I was like, oh. So y'all are mad that he is pushing the envelope like a journalist actually should? Question mark? And then they got mad at Florio. Oh, but then they realized when Dan Patrick got involved, well, fuck, I don't have a leg to... What am I going to do, go after Dan Patrick? You better not, because Dan will crush you too. So, right here, this guy said, did he say why? Like, did he not see the other car? Look at this. He dropped his phone. He was on his phone, folks. He dropped his phone. Texting or even handling your phone and driving is illegal in the state of California. I don't know if that's true or not. I know in Texas, texting and driving is illegal. He dropped his drink. I guess that explains why the officers knew he had his phone in his hand. Stand-up guy, you say. Yeah, a lot of people not loving that. Not loving the stand-up guy thing. There I am under Tony Farmer's post. 11-day media blackout on this is still a major issue that has to be addressed. Dan Patrick brought it back up today as well. Why isn't anybody calling Tony crazy under this post? Where did they all go? Make sure the apologies are as loud as the disrespect. Interesting. Kyle Shanahan claims his phone fell and he tried to grab it. Okay. Or did Kyle Shanahan fall over in his seat from some type of intoxication? There will be more questions. Yeah, this is not going to stop somebody like, yeah, there I am right there. Tony just answered me. Yes, many more questions. That's kind of wild. But yeah, I mean, okay, he came clean for it was his fault. He says he dropped his phone. That in itself is not a great look. I think that helps tamper down to a point the suspicions against Kyle Shanahan. I think it helps a little. I do, actually. But the media blackout on this is that needs to be explained. That needs to be addressed, and it's a problem. Dan Patrick said on his show today, you're not supposed to give grace to somebody because, essentially you know them or you cover them and this and that and the other. It's like, that's not what journalism is. If you got a story like this, you're not supposed to set on it. He just come out and said it. Dan Patrick was like, you are not supposed to just set on this. Like, oh, nothing to see here. Please move along. I did a video earlier where I brought up the fact that Adam Schefter and Mike Shanahan have a relationship going back 20 years, plus years, 25 years. They wrote a book together. Does it all start becoming clearer and clearer? I pat your back, you pat mine. That's the way the whole insider fiasco is done. Quid pro quo, as Hannibal Lecter once said. You give me a little something, I'll give you a little something. With Diana Rossini and Mike Vrabel, that went too far. A little something turned into how many years? 6? Longer? There's an entire lid that can be blown off of the NFL insider game. The whole thing is, yeah, they do. They get information. And yeah, they get it from the clubs, the organizations. They do. But it's a bunch of, I'll do you a favor, they'll do me a favor over and over and over again. Tell me what you think. Kyle Shanahan dropped his phone. I dropped mine. You know what? It's kind of weird. I dropped mine a couple weeks ago. And I nearly did I literally thought about it. My first inclination was to reach down and try to get it. And I pulled into a parking lot and actually couldn't reach it. I had to get out of the SUV, get back up, take off. That's what Kyle should have did. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.